An update to a story we first told you about last night. An arrest has been made after a pedestrian was struck and killed by a vehicle in the town of Dickinson. Around 9:30 p.m., deputies found the victim, identified as 43-year-old Jamel Smalls of Binghamton, on the intersection of Upper Front Street and Bevere Street. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. The office then received information about a potential suspect vehicle in the town of Maine. That's where deputies found the vehicle in 21-year-old Christian Rogler. The office said investigators determined Rogler was impaired by drugs while driving. They say he also had meth with him as he was detained. Rogler remains in custody at the Broome County Correctional Facility.